What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Venture Side of Things. Once again, I have Paul, my good friend, next to me. We are talking. So, Paul, what's going on tonight? How you been? The last time we actually did this show was in June.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's been quite a few months, so I know we have a lot to talk about. I know you're on a time schedule tonight, so let's just get right into it. Let me know what's on your mind.
Well, my biggest concern right now, and I was hoping you or maybe some of your subscribers might be able to help me figure out. I have a big problem that I think we all have, and I think I might have a solution to it. Okay, here's what I think is a big problem.
Okay.
You know how the Democrats are pushing, especially in a state like New Jersey and several of the other states, they're pushing for these mass mail ballots. Okay.
Yeah. The stay home, mail-in ballots for
Right.
elections.
Now, I mean, first of all, if we were going to get into the whole Corona thing for mail-in balloting, I mean, first of all, I would go right on the record saying right now to anybody that is willing to listen, if you can go to ShopRite or Walmart or Home Depot, you could stand in line at a voting place.
Oh, I know. And I actually,
Okay.
on a Facebook group that I'm in of my own town, I was arguing with a few people about that. And their comebacks were people can't go there. They're afraid. And I'm like, okay, but what about standing on the lines of Home Depot, standing on the lines of Walmart? And they're like, they don't have enough volunteers for the polling stations. And then I go, okay, what about the one person for the self-checkout line with, say, a Walmart with, what do they have, about 15 registers? So
Yeah.
one guy's watching 15 registers and everybody's not stealing something, you know what I mean? So if one guy can do that, I'm sure that one or two volunteers now can work, the polling stations. Not to mention that I think, I'm not 100% on this, but I think, doesn't taxpayer money pay for all that anyway?
Yeah.
So for them to argue with me, stating that they can't keep it clean, there's not enough people, and I'm like, well, obviously we're being raped daily on taxes, so they should have enough money to pay for something for that to happen. Now, the one argument that they did say to me was, okay, what about the older generations of people that do have underlying issues that don't want to go out and catch corona and whatnot? What do they do? And I mean, I understand, okay, they do not want to go directly to a polling station, but what is your take? What do you think they should do? Mail-in ballot or have somebody deliver it for them? But then you don't know
Well,
if that person is with them or against them. You know what I mean?
here's the thing. Here's why this whole issue, people need to pay a lot more attention to this issue. Okay. For example, state of New Jersey and every other state in the union pretty much has some mechanism for absentee balloting in place. Okay.
Okay.
They've always had things for military, for people overseas, this and that. Now, I will go on the record and say this. First and foremost, easiest solution, all 50 states, because of the pandemic, declare this pandemic as valid reason to get an absentee ballot. Okay?
Okay.
Simple. If it's not already one of your reasons, make it a reason.
Now, listen, explain to everybody what is an absentee ballot, though.
Here's the difference. With an absentee ballot, you, the voter, request from your county board of elections, you request the ballot. Once you make that request, okay, first of all, they know who is requesting it, where they're requesting it from, okay, then they have to send that ballot to you. So they already know that you're a resident, and they already know that at least you're saying who you are, okay, which your county board of elections will be able to check voter registration to know if you're already a registered voter or not, okay? Not that that matters. If you request the ballot, you should get a ballot.
No, really quick.
But here's the difference.
Okay.
These mass mailings that they're talking about, you and me, we don't request a ballot. The state just has all the counties blast out ballots to people on their voter registration lists. Okay? Or for that matter, they could do it to just people that they declare residents, which means in New Jersey, as many other states do, if you have hokey rules when it comes to citizenship, okay, because you're a sanctuary state,
Okay.
Okay, which New Jersey, don't kid yourself, we pretty much are there.
I know there's certain counties that are and certain counties that aren't, but for the most part,
Exactly.
everybody's traveling through anywhere anyway.
But my point is, the state, the government, the county, whoever is just blasting all these ballots out. Okay. Now, right off the bat, there's numerous problems with that. Number one, they might send it to you, but if you're actually a registered voter and you're actually a citizen and actually live in a state, you may not get it. Okay? Because if that's what you're relying on to vote and you never get that ballot, then what do? You follow me?
Yeah.
So right off the bat, if you don't get it, because here's another little thing that people don't know.
But wait, before you say that though, I know how you said everybody hit up the government for them to send them the ballots, right, for registered voters. Now, what if so many people hit it up and it crashes, and then nobody gets it? Like, obviously, it's very hard to get in contact with anybody in the government, and if they're going to have a website to do this and everybody bombards the website, wouldn't that somewhat cause a havoc?
Well, let me put it to you this way, okay? Like, for example, I think there's about, I'm going to say the population of Middlesex County, New Jersey is around 830,000. Population, that's total population.
Okay.
Okay? So now what do you think the registered voters are out of that 830,000? Maybe 150,000?
Probably.
Okay. So out of those 150,000 registered voters, how many of them you think would choose to go in person if they had the chance, or get an absentee ballot if they had a chance?
It depends. I would assume it depends on how much they really want to vote.
It could be a 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay, because really, you'd have to have the actual voter registration records and stuff to determine. Because, like, let's say, if you go back to the pandemic rules, right?
Okay.
We already know the people who are most at risk are the people who are in higher age category, especially with coexisting underlying conditions.
Exactly.
Now, if you depending on the severity of your underlying other conditions, that age range could drop, like for you and for me.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people over the age of 60 that have already gotten the disease, and
they're fine.
Yeah, and they're fine, exactly. And some people are actually, some people in their 60s are asymptomatic, where their spouse got it and felt like crap, and they themselves didn't even know they had it.
It's like a week or two ago, there was somebody in a nursing home, a woman, I swear, I think she's in her 90s. She had it, and she's fine.
She's fine, yeah. Yeah.
She's in a nursing home.
Yeah.
Okay, but she must be in pretty good shape.
Probably. Maybe she walks around the block, you know what I mean?
Okay. Or maybe she does something to boost her immune system. I don't know. But here's my point, okay, with all of this. If you go in person, at least when you go in person, you're there, you're seen. You have to provide ID, okay, if there's any question whatsoever as to whether or not your signature is matching the signature they have on record. Okay? So right off the bat, in person, you cut down on the number of fraudulent people that can walk in there and vote.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You cut it down. You don't eliminate it. Okay? Because if you got hokey poll workers, they'll let people go in and vote that shouldn't be.
Well, that's why I'm a fan of voter ID registration.
Right, but that's a whole separate issue. We could talk for hours just about that.
Okay, now wait, really quick before you finish though. If let's say if you get the ballot to send in, do you give it to the mail person? Do you take it yourself to the mailbox? Are they going to have a special voter mailbox? Or do you take it directly to the post office? Or do you take it directly to your local township, let's say police headquarters, to give it in?
Well, here's part of the problem. They're not saying that as of yet.
Yeah, because
what I found out so far.
Because the reason I'm asking is because let's just say, every state starts ending up like the people in Portland or California, you know what I mean? And they have a box strictly for elections. Who's to say that that's not going to get vandalized, destroyed, set on fire, you know what I mean? And everybody's vote goes to ashes.
I think the two best choices, personally, that should be taking place and could easily take place would be In the case of anyone who doesn't want to go near a polling place because of the fear of the coronavirus, okay, should be able to request and should get an absentee ballot and be able to cast that way. Because at least there's some controls in place with that.
Yeah, okay.
You don't have to ask for it. They have to send it. And when it comes back, they know that someone asked for it, and they could even verify signatures through voter registration records if they had to, okay?
Okay.
That would be a good, in my view, the best option for someone who doesn't want to physically go to a polling place.
Yeah.
Barring that, like even me, even though I'm in one of those categories where I should be, probably staying 12 feet away from people, I would be glad to go in person and vote.
Yeah, no, I understand. Okay? I would have no. Listen, I have an autoimmune. Like I said,
you can wear a mask, you can wear gloves, you can bring some wipes with you, you can wipe down the buttons and stuff. But here's the problem, okay? Because I was paying attention to this. Right off the bat, with these mail-in, mass mailing things, okay? Like even in New Jersey, okay? New Jersey, they make it appear to everybody that it's safe and secure and nobody knows what's going on, right?
Okay.
I saw proof that there's a barcode on the outside of the envelope.
Yeah, I think I know where you're going with this.
Okay.
And it says
there's
D and R,
doesn't
it?
Sequence underneath the barcode.
With a D and an R.
With a D and an R.
I saw the video on that.
There's only one letter in the numeric sequence, okay? One letter, and it's in either a D or an R.
So they know if it's
D. They do. Yeah. They don't have to open it. They don't have to look inside. If it has an R on it, they can assume you're voting for the person they don't want and toss it away.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll give you another example.
There's actually a video on that. I have to find the link, but there is a video on that where somebody was showing that, and I think it's actually an official that works in a post office that was showing people that.
Right. My wife and I, right, in that primary, we both did the mail-in vote, okay? Because remember, that for the primary elections, there was no polling places open.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
Okay? All right, you ready for this? We both did it, okay? I watched and verified both of them were filled out correctly and everything was sealed and done properly like it's supposed to be, right? Now, whether or not they were supposed to accept it, I took both ballots to the post office, went inside, handed them both in, watched them take them. Now, if there was any question about me handing them 2 ballots, the one that should have been questioned would have been my wife's, right? Because I'm a male.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Oh, no.
They didn't ask.
You ready for this?
Nothing.
He gets a letter way after the fact from the County Board of Elections telling her that her ballot was received. Thank you so much. Your vote is important. Guess what? I didn't get a letter.
Now,
never.
Now, is she the big D and you're the big R, or?
Well, that's another question, because for the longest time I was a registered Democrat.
Okay.
And she was a registered Democrat, so I don't know if mine probably. I think I changed mine, like in 2016.
Okay. Yeah,
I might have changed
but
mine.
You can still be a registered Democrat and vote for somebody that's not.
Of course, that only applies to primary elections.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with general elections. Okay. But my point is, the hokiness is all throughout. And here's another thing people don't realize. They talk about voting in person. Dude, this is what outraged me. Okay. This made me want to go ballistic. I heard that rat-faced bastard Murphy say out of his mouth at some news conference.
Yeah.
He slid it in like a little anecdote that doesn't mean anything. Polling place in person. Guess what? You go in for this general election in New Jersey to a physical polling place, you ain't pushing no buttons.
Yeah.
You're going to fill out a paper ballot, in person, that they're going to declare it provisional.
Wow.
Because in his words, well, we got to wait to make sure you didn't already vote by mail. Dude, listen to me. From a constitutional basis.
That's going on somebody's fire pit.
What fucking more proof do you need than I am here in person, I'm willing to show you ID, and I can verify my signature? That ballot should be instantaneously absolute and recorded as is.
Yeah.
On the spot. The fact that they're going to allow it to be labeled provisional, dude, that's going right in the fucking garbage.
Oh, big time, big time. You know,
Okay, and then they know exactly who you're voting for.
pretty much because they see it right there in person.
Right. So just so you know, I talked to somebody about this who happens
And,
to
and
be.
wait, and you know the whole thing about you know, infiltration. If they have volunteers doing these polls, any Joe Schmo off the street can infiltrate, whether they're Democratic, whether they're Republican, and if they like one or the other or not, they can jerk everybody around. And don't get me wrong, they probably have already been infiltrated. I'm saying like this whole election, this whole
not for
4
nothing.
what?
Not for nothing. I've been around a long time. Okay. Do you know who works in these polling places generally by and large?
Old
They're
people.
all political operatives.
Yeah.
Nobody who doesn't want to see a certain outcome volunteers to do this shit.
Oh, I know.
Okay, it's boring. It's you know, I mean, I guess some of the older people will make it like a little social thing. You know,
Yeah,
like they go, they see people they know, and they talk a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or that's just
but
the front.
The matter is, the people that are there, for the most part, especially if you go to like Middlesex County in New Jersey, I don't give a shit where you go in Middlesex County, New Jersey. The majority of people, the overwhelming majority, probably like a 3 or 4 to 1 ratio, are going to be Democrats that are going to be working those polls.
Big time. Big time.
Okay?
Big
That's
time.
a fact.
I know. I mean, look at the stupid fucking laws and regulations that they have now. I think taxes are going up tremendously. There's a whole bunch of bullshit, man, going on. You know what I mean?
Well, just so you know, there's a guy who's going to be running against Murphy next year. Okay? He's a businessman. I think he ran for a council or something in Somerset County.
That's not the same guy that was on the first boat on the Trump parade boat, right?
Jack?
I don't know. I think I saw a video of somebody when they did the big the Trump boat parade. I think he was on the first boat, and
he may have been.
I think he did like a cameo type thing or a commercial about him being there, and he's going to run for Murphy. And I think it's that guy. He kind of looks Italian, maybe slick-haired back.
Yeah. His name's Jack Citarelli.
Okay, all right, there you go. So I think that's the guy. Yeah, I think it came over my Facebook feed, and I said, well, you know, what was this? And I saw, and he did like a little cameo commercial about it, and I was like, all right, listen, you know what? Personally, I really don't care what party wins any elections. I just want whoever wins to do right for the citizens of the country that they're running for. Okay. You know, I don't even care if people come here or anything like that, but you got to conform. You got to become, you know, say American, and you just got to follow the rules and regulations and do what you have to do to legally comply to everything. You know what I mean? I hate having to work my ass off, and you get to like somebody like Murphy coming in, and he's giving people that like don't freebies. Like if somebody comes from another country here, and they do everything legit, and then 5-10 years go by, they're not even a citizen yet, they're just about there, and then all of a sudden somebody just comes off the boat tomorrow, and he's like, oh yeah, you get everything that this person just worked for 10 years for nothing.
I agree with you 1,000%. Here's the problem, okay? If you look at what's going on right now, all those basic good principles you're talking about being American,
yeah,
the Democratic Party appears to have thrown them all out the window.
Oh yeah.
They don't support anything. Look at what they're doing. They're completely against the cops, okay? They're allowing their cities to burn.
I'm actually surprised. Can I say something? I'm really surprised that Jersey's not burning to the ground.
Well, here's why I think they're not, okay? Believe it or not, it's kind of known. Okay? You got to remember, not all places in Jersey are like, let's say,
crazy Democrats.
Portland.
Yeah.
Okay? There's places in New Jersey, okay, where the people who, let's just say, who felt strongly about the Second Amendment felt that way long before these idiots got in office and could do anything about it.
Oh, I know. Just go.
Let me tell you something.
Go down to Jackson. You know what I mean?
This place is in New Jersey.
Yeah.
If the wrong people start the wrong shit in the wrong place, they're going to lose bad.
Trust me. I know. Especially if you go down south.
They're going to lose bad.
I know.
Okay? It's not, because you got to look at it this way. Places like Portland, Seattle, even parts of New York City, those people have been like on a path to disarming their citizens for like 30 years.
Oh, forever. I know.
Okay, they've been taking stuff steadily away.
Even you and me. Let's just say we go to JFK Airport, and let's just say we go to Greece together, and we're taking our weapons. Even if we declare them and do everything properly, they will still bring us to the side, arrest us, and say that we have loaded weapons, even though nothing's loaded. You know what I mean? If you bring just parts of a magazine, they will arrest you in New York. That's what's fucking insane. And I was watching that one guy, John, I think his name is Stossel, where he had a video about that. And a couple people, especially this lady from Texas, when she traveled to New York with her daughters, of all people, they arrested her on the spot. Now she has like a felony charge in New York because she carries her gun, a bunch of females, her and her daughters, for safety. And they totally fucked this lady's life up, man. And they don't talk about that. They don't talk about that.
Just a little story, okay? As an active police officer 35 years ago, okay? The New Jersey regulations told me, as a New Jersey police officer, unless I was on duty carrying out an official act in New York, I could carry my gun in New York, but I was supposed to check into the nearest precinct to where I was, okay? You follow?
Yeah.
Where I was going to be, and let them know so I could check my gun in there, and they would give it back to me when I'm ready to leave. Okay, so me being new, say, well, I got to follow New Jersey rules, right?
Yeah.
Go into the precinct, tell them I'm a police officer in New Jersey. New Jersey says I'm supposed to check in and check my gun. Sergeant on the desk said, kid, you need it out there a lot more than I need it in here. Says, we ain't taking it, so be on your way and be happy.
Yeah, say.
Even they were like, this is bullshit.
I know. Listen, everybody's saying this is bullshit, man. I'm telling you, it's just a certain amount. Now, listen, like I said, I'm in the middle, all right? There's some things I like, some things I dislike from both parties. But, just being a normal, self-thinking person, this is all bullshit, and this is just to if not to control people, to just really fuck the country in a way where they're not going to come back from it or something.
Oh, man. No, this is about serious control, and the bottom line is this. See, what I'm seeing going on in the Democratic Party, for the older Democrats, I'll call them the old guard.
Yeah.
They want the power and the control for sure and for certain.
Oh, yeah.
For the younger super radicals, they really want to destroy this country.
You're talking about like AOC?
Yeah,
AOC.
Not even her. She's not even the worst. The worst one is like that Omar.
Omar. Yeah, okay. Omar.
Okay, talk about a fucking refugee that gets everything handed to her.
Can I say something?
And now she wants to turn this into the shithole she came from.
What happened to the laws where you had to be a fucking citizen? Is that only for presidential candidate, or is that how are you going to come here and take over a Senate seat and then totally try to fuck everything over?
Dude, do you understand? These Democrats now, they're running people with criminal records. You understand? There's a guy running, I think it's Minnesota.
Oh, the guy that ran over the people.
Yeah, he's out there with a bullhorn screaming racist shit at people. He's running for, like, the Minnesota Senate.
Well, what about the, wait, I don't know.
He's their prime candidate.
I don't know who it is, but I think there was also, like, a child molester running.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, they have no shame anymore.
What about Beto O'Rourke or whatever the fuck that guy's name is?
Oh, what a jerk! I would love him. I would love him personally to come and try to take my guns.
Did he not run people over and make a book about it and claim that he felt good and laughed, and then he was like one of the fucking candidates? Like, what person in their right mind votes for these kinds of people? Like, listen, I'm not saying, the Republicans are 100% good, but I can definitely feel that their thought processes are a lot better than the other side.
Let me put it to you this way, okay? I'm going to make one observation that should help clear things up for you a little bit.
Okay.
Now, I'm talking about in today. Forget about what in the past you believed about Republicans and Democrats, because those are all past things that have pretty much gone by the wayside.
Well, I think they should split parties. I think that we shouldn't have any party system anymore. That's what I think.
I agree with that, but that's not going to help us right now. We got less than 2 months.
I know.
Okay?
Now we have to deal with whoever gets voted in.
Deal with it. But here's the one thing that should tell you everything you need to know right now. Right now, currently, if you look at the Democratic Party, I'm talking about at the national level, okay? I'm talking about U.S. Congress, U.S. Senate.
The highs of the highs.
Right. We can get into the weeds with the state and local different. That's after. But if you just look at that level, no matter how bad it is, no matter how much it fucks people, the Democrats stick together no matter how bad the idea is.
I know.
Okay? Just look at them saying no on shit to help people. Okay? They're stonewalling because they want the fucking Republicans to vote to bail out all the Democratic states that have been mismanaged. Well, guess what? I'm a taxpayer. I'm not in favor of that.
Well, here's proof for you, okay? Here's proof for you. And you know, I hate to use it like this, but your boy Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if it was 5 million.
Murphy, you mean the rat-faced bastard?
Yeah, rat-faced bastard. I don't remember if it was 5 million or 5 billion. I think it was million because billion is a little too much. But I think he gave that to illegals to be able to go to schools and colleges, right? Mm-hmm. I think it was a few months right before COVID happened. So COVID comes along, shuts down the country, and now in the last few weeks to months, I remember seeing something where he was trying to now hit up, the administration, say Trump or whoever you can federally, to get $5 billion. Now, my thing is this. Okay, let's just say they give him the $5 billion, right? You and I are going to get stuck with the fucking bill to pay that shit back. Taxes are going up. Look, he already raised gas taxes again. I think he's going to do it again. So twice in like say 2 months, you're raising gas tax prices. If you're a smoker, forget about it. You might as well fucking quit while you're ahead because you're going to be paying out your ass for cigarettes. But my whole thing is this.
Dude, I drive to Delaware to pick up cigarettes.
You see what I'm saying? Okay, I understand you're a smoker, yeah. But check this out. So he gives let's just say $5 billion, right? He gave to illegals to go to school and colleges, free hand-me-outs and all that shit. And now he wants to borrow that $5 billion. Well, motherfucker, if schools aren't open, colleges are closed, like look, state Rutgers closed. Shouldn't you get that fucking money back and use it to straighten out the problems New Jersey's having with this COVID-19 issue? You know what I mean? Like what, you're going to try to borrow money and just jack it to the fucking residents of New Jersey to pay for that shit? That's fucked up. I have a buddy that he lives out in PA, and that fucking guy Wolf, he talks shit about him all the time. Wolf totally is fucking up PA, man. You know what I mean? But I don't live there, so not like I don't care about it, but I have to worry about local government. And that's a lot of things I tell people all the time, whoever's screaming between Biden and Trump and all that shit. I'm like, who gives a fuck which one goes in? You know who really screws you? Your local government officials. Your town local government and then your state local government is what actually dictates how you're going to live in that fucking state.
Well, that's true, but let me get back to the one point I was trying to make. Like I said, the Democrats at the upper level, you see them, no matter how bad the idea is, no matter how much it hurts the people, they stick together and they don't budge.
Yeah, and I everybody sees that.
If you look at the Republicans, no, they're more independent thinkers a lot of times.
Well, they'll call somebody out.
No, I'm not for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They'll call somebody out. Like, hey, let's take everybody's guns. I don't think we should do that. Why? And then they argue about it, and then obviously Second Amendment rules.
Right, but the point I'm trying to make right now is, in this current climate, the Republican Party, for whatever you want to call it, and it has changed. Believe me, it has changed since Trump came in. It has changed because I don't know if you noticed, but I pay attention to this shit. There's a lot of Republicans that have actually retired instead of staying in like forever and ever, like most of them do.
Because they know they get caught with something.
They said, wait a minute, we're not going to be able to play the crooked game anymore like we used to.
Yeah.
Because my belief has always been, once you get to U.S. Congress, U.S. Senate, they're all the same fucking crooks. They just call themselves something different.
Listen,
okay? It's not like that right now.
No,
it's not like that anymore.
Well, before you begin,
changing.
Well, before you begin, you remember, say like before 2016, they would all talk shit on the floor, on the cameras and everything,
right?
And then
they go behind doors and make
behind doors, yeah, and then make out, go to parties together. You know what I mean?
And they screw everybody.
Hit up They hit up Epstein's Island a few times. You know what I mean? But that's why I like the current administration. Number one, listen, whether you hate Trump or not, I honestly feel like he's doing good for the American people. And that's what I like to see. All right. Sometimes he might say stupid things, but listen, the guy is is not a politician. He is a boss, and he comes from the tri-state area. That's how they fucking talk, man. And if you're from the tri-state area and you're looking at him, exactly, and you're looking at him like, oh, grab him by the pussy, blah, blah, blah. That's how his generation spoke, all right?
Yep.
And he's following through into the politics now with that kind of talk. And a lot of times I'm like, all right, listen, he might say stupid shit, but you know what? The man's got balls to fucking say it. Okay? And that's what I like. I don't want the same bullshit where the person, whoever gets in, is going to smile and lie to my face and stab me behind the back. If you're going to fuck me, tell me, listen, I'm going to fuck you, raise taxes. If you're not going to and you're going to do good, then tell me, hey, listen, we're going to do good, and follow through with that fucking promise. Don't promise me the world and then dangle it in front of me like, oh, almost got it. You know what I'm talking about?
This is the first president in my lifetime, okay, that has actually not only delivered on what he promised he would, but on more. Dude, do you understand the importance? And this is what kills me about the fucking media in this country, okay?
They're never important.
Believe me, I would like to wake up in like a dream that lasts for like 24 hours where like you see the old Soviet secret police go into all these news organizations where these libtard reporters are and shit and shoot them in the back of the fucking head and walk away. And then I wake up the next day and, oh, they're all dead, but okay, now we're back to normal.
Yeah.
These fuckers, I don't know if you see what they do to the president and his press secretary. They are like an non-stop assault force against him.
What's his press secretary's name again? The blonde
Kayleigh McEnany.
Let me tell you something, man.
She's
that
awesome
lady
broad.
is a fucking firecracker, man. She tears them new assholes like the. Oh, I love watching her, man. Because you know what? Half the shit she says is true, and then she hits them with shit that they should be reporting on that they're not. And I love when she's like, close the book, walk off, like, get back to me when you got some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so here's what I was getting at with Trump. At least with Trump, okay, he will call out the fucking Republicans. He doesn't just like namby-pamby all of them because they're in the same party. Oh, no. If you don't like what they're doing, he says so.
But that's a boss. That's what a boss does. The president is technically the boss, okay?
Why anybody in this country, okay, would even consider anything but Trump and all Republicans for this time around, I have no idea. Because I look at it this way. Human nature is all people that think about what they're doing generally try to do what's in their own best interest. These fucking Democrats at every level are telling you up front how they're going to fuck you.
We're going to raise taxes. Let's vote for them.
Who votes for the person that says, I'm going to raise your taxes? That's insanity. That's insanity. Okay?
You know what it is? I think it's subliminal messages, man, on these fucking media channels.
It could be.
Dude, it's all gone downhill, right? And when I was younger, I never really cared. I never really watched the news, okay? But now that I'm married with kids, got a house and everything like that, it's like I have to watch this shit to see, you know, who I shouldn't drop the fucking soap in front of these days because they're all trying to fuck you. And you know what I mean? And it's just I don't know, man. It's just crazy. And you know what really irks me? That these big fucking social media outlets like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and all that shit, that they're trying to stick their dicks in politics now and silence all these people that shouldn't be silenced.
Well, that's the key. That's a key topic I want to talk to you about because it's going to take a younger tech-savvy mind than mine to help me figure out what I'm going to do, okay? I was thinking about all this, okay? And as far as I'm concerned, anybody that I can talk to and anybody I do talk to, and believe me, I got lots of Democratic and liberal thinking friends, okay?
Yeah. But you can talk to them. But
I talk to them. Okay, listen, anybody who follows any shit of mine on Facebook knows that I'm like kind of like an equal opportunity offender.
Yeah. I like to troll sometimes.
Believe me. Certain people that I really don't want to even offend by accident, I'll send it to other people by private messages.
Yeah.
But the shit I blast out all the time is basically conservative stuff, what's good for the country and what is good for people based on common sense. Now, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But what I'm going to say is I have never had anyone unfriend me. Because a lot of times, even with Second Amendment stuff or whatever, I'll get into like conversations with them, and we may even go private to take it off for more of a one-on-one.
Yeah, I got you.
And I have no problem. Like, I don't dislike you if you don't agree with me. That's your right. This is
That's what I'm
America.
saying. If you can debate, listen. I always tell people this. I have my opinion. If you can give me the correct debate to make me think or change my opinion, then that's a good conversation.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? If you make me second thought myself, second guess, then I'm like, oh shit, man, like this person knows what he's talking about. Let me go do some research and check it out. And that's that's the main thing with all these social media accounts, is that I'll post a meme. Like, I'll give you an example. I think I've used this before, where one of my wife's friends is a hunter. And he was on some PETA group, and I think he was kind of trolling a little bit. But as a joke, he said, what happened to that bear Pedals, the one that walks on its hind legs, upstate New Jersey? Mm-hmm. And nobody answered him. And then next thing he sees is that people are bombarding him because somebody took his Facebook photo image and made a meme. This is the guy that killed Pedals the bear.
Okay.
And it went fucking viral to where this guy was on CNN, he was on NJ12, he was on Fox, because he also has a business, local town, New Jersey, and they were picketing and threatening his family's lives, all because of a fucking meme that wasn't even real. You know what I mean?
Right.
He had to show that he didn't get his hunter's license that year. He wasn't out anywhere hunting. He showed all these people this, and they still were.
Care.
Yeah, they don't care, man. Once they see a fucking target, it's like blackness in their eyes, man. They see red, and then that's it, bro. They just want to attack. And that's the same thing, that happens all over social media. You don't know what's real anymore. Unless you're out there living it. And that's why a lot of times I like watching like Tim Pool or Mark Dice or, even Officer Tatum. Big shout out to Officer Tatum. I watch his stuff. But I'm just saying, like, it's good that they do have people that actually are out there seeing what's really happening, so that way you do have that crazy media agenda being second guessed by the people that are also out there. You know what I'm talking about? Like, if we didn't have that, it would be like total China propaganda. And I know people in China, they don't even watch fucking TV because they know all of it's fake.
Well, this exactly what you're talking about is part of the problem I'm having in my head. Like I told you, I contacted that guy Jack, who's going to be running for governor, privately on Facebook, and he actually got back to me. He's filing a bunch of lawsuits against Murphy and has been filing lawsuits all along for different things.
I think so. Yeah.
He's said he's filed a lawsuit about this voting shenanigans, okay? But he's not confident that the courts will make a decision in time. Okay.
Probably not. They're going to be what happens in courts, man. They're going to hold it off until it bypasses. Yeah.
So his best recommendation for the time being was that people, like, let's say you get a mail-in ballot, you hand deliver it to the county board of elections.
You should record yourself.
It went there.
You should record yourself hand delivering it.
Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, what I was thinking. Because everybody's got like iPhones and shit, okay? I don't care how old you are, how untech savvy you are. You got a relative, a friend, somebody who can help you. What I want to do is get the word out to everybody I can without Facebook shutting me down, okay? I don't care if you go in person. I don't care if you get an absentee. I don't care if you get a mass mail ballot. Whatever you do, record it and have as much proof of it, okay? Now, also, what I would do, like if I'm going to take pictures of all this stuff, I would immediately, after I take the pictures, bring it home and print it out.
Oh, yeah.
So I have proof so that somewhere in the cloud, my pictures don't disappear. You know what I mean?
I have an idea. I have a better idea. Somebody did mention this to me while I was at work one day. Why don't they just create an app that you have to have, almost like Facebook, right? Have you ever tried making a new Facebook account? You got to go through hoops now to prove who you are, to prove your name, prove this, prove that. It's like so hard. You know what I mean? They got to make an app that.
But they don't think you need. They don't think you need ID to vote.
Exactly, but they should make.
But you need ID for a Facebook account.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I know. But they should make an app. Because that's what everybody's using these days, fucking apps. They should make an app that requires you to somehow prove it's you, right? Log in and place the vote through the app. And just make it secure enough that nobody can fuck with it.
Dude, this is I get what you're saying, and this is all shit that would be fine down the road. You're talking less than 2 months away.
Less than 2 months
general
away. Yeah.
election. Okay, one of the important, probably the most important election in my lifetime. I can say for sure, because I can tell you this: I have no doubt of it, and New Jersey will be right in the middle of it. If these fucking Democrats take control of the presidency, the House, and the Senate, there will be civil war. Make no mistake about it.
Well, the first thing they're going to do is come for the guns.
The lunatics that are out there now, they are going to think they have free license to do whatever they want, wherever they want.
Yeah.
And, buddy, let me tell you, when they come my way, they're in a big fucking surprise.
You know, that's the other thing I like to say, man, is that everybody thinks that conservative people or Republican people are really crazy and hardcore. And I tell people all the time, listen, I'm friends with both sides. I was like, obviously my friends are normal, but when you get like a crazy, Democratic person, you can't really talk to them too well, right? If you hit them with facts, they get like nuts on you. But a Republican, you can kind of debate them a little bit. They'll listen to you. They actually will listen, all right? They're the kind of person that a girl is looking for. They listen to you. Even a conservative person, right? The only difference is that they just love the country, that they're living in better than, say, the other side. And I think they're a lot nicer. Listen, I've been to out there before, man. I've been to parties. I've been here, been there. And I think the conservative people, they're a lot nicer than the other side, especially when you're hanging out and talking to them. Obviously, listen, they're not going to take some crazy bullshit to a certain extent, but they'll let it slide until you really get out of hand. You know what I'm talking about?
Do you want to know what the difference is? Here's the difference. It comes down to the Constitution. The conservative or the libertarian or the Republican, at the base, okay, they're more patriotic and they believe in those constitutional principles.
Yeah.
Dude, they're the ones who will fight for your right to say shit that they find repulsive.
Exactly.
Because it's your right to say it.
Exactly.
Democrats won't do that. They want to shut you down. If you ain't saying their spiel, they don't want to hear it.
They don't want to hear it. And that's the problem I have. You know what I mean? Like right now on YouTube, if I'm like, fuck you, and they're like, well, you can't say that. I'm like, what? Like, how are you stopping me from saying that? You know what I mean? Dude, it's very insane. I posted some memes and I got actually Facebook jailed for 30 days. And then they threatened to take my account down. And obviously, my YouTube account, this and that, I can't really fuck around. So I quit it, man. It's almost like they got me. You know what I mean? They got me by the balls right now, because if I fuck around, I'm going to lose all the 3 years of hard work that I've done in order to get where I am as who I am on socially. And it's like I can't do nothing. And that really pisses me off, and comment if you want, but those of you that have been jailed or have taken down a Facebook fan page or group page, there's no fucking way to contact these people after they fuck you. You try, and it usually says, oh, error has occurred, or cannot do this, cannot do that. And then you're left with dick in hand. You can't do shit. You know what I mean? That's another thing that fucks me.
Do you want to know when this is going to stop? JJ, the only way this is going to stop for all of it
is if they regulate it.
Okay. And you know how that's only going to happen? That's only going to happen is if Trump wins, they maintain control of the Senate, and they win control of the House. Because when you have all three, and they don't have the Democrats to be able to block anything, that fast they'll change all the rules that are protecting these social media outlets.
What about this fact checking bullshit?
Yeah, they're all Democratic fucking operatives that are doing the fact checking.
Real quick. What's that guy's name? Kyle Rittenhouse, I think his name is.
Yeah, Rittenhouse.
Okay. The kid who shot the people that were kind of attacking him. I don't know. You probably have seen the video. What happened, right? How he shot that one guy who ended up being a pedophile. He shot the other guy who was also I guess a wife beater or something. Then he shot somebody else who was a felon. I mean, somebody was telling me that's a hat trick. He shoot 3 felons in one night. But how do you feel about that? Do you feel that he should be prosecuted?
Absolutely not.
So you feel it was self-defense?
Absolutely. If you saw the videos, okay, everybody he shot was attacking him.
Exactly, right? Even the guy.
Okay. Now, one guy, it might have just been a skateboard, but motherfucker, you're trying to hit me with a skateboard.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you think you can't kill somebody by hitting them with a skateboard?
Oh, What about that guy that had the sword? He thought he was a ninja, and obviously they
Yeah.
beat the shit out of him. And
Okay,
listen,
I thought the best one was the guy with the handgun. He shoots him through the arm and he makes him drop his gun.
listen, you know what? People are probably going to hate me for this one, but the thing that I find funny is how are you protesting the police? And then you get shot in the arm and you're yelling for the police to help you.
Oh, dude, they're all hypocrites.
And can I say something? Can I say something? You hate the police, but they actually come to help you.
Right.
Because that is their job. You know what I'm saying? And that guy who did get shot in the arm, whatever happened to him when he went home, I think that he should think twice about going back out there and protesting against the police, because either your arm is saved or you didn't die because of them. So maybe you should
Not
second
for
guess
nothing,
yourself.
but that guy with the handgun, okay, he was threatening the kid with the rifle, okay? He definitely was. He wasn't charged with none.
Yeah, no. And then I think
So
that's
what the fuck?
And then, God forbid, you say something on social media, like say Facebook, about the kid, something positive, they shut you down.
Well, that's why what I was trying to figure out is this.
One
okay?
narrative. That's all they want is one narrative, and it's their narrative. They don't want to
Yeah.
hear. They don't want to hear the other opinion.
What I want to do is I want to try to figure out how to get the word to as many people as possible, just for their own best self-interest, to record whatever they do for this election. Because I look at it this way. It's easy to know something went wrong when you have, like, the total number of eligible voters is, let's say, 100,000. But you get 150,000 votes cast in that area. You know there's a 50,000 vote problem.
Yeah.
The problem is, what do you do about it? Without proof of what you did, okay? Because I think it's this way. After the election, it would be real easy if everybody recorded what they did. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, you could quickly, county by county, state by state, set up pools. You organize it through one entity where everybody submits their proof to there, so that it could be carried with your county registration and say, here's the proof to the court. These are the legitimate votes.
I know exactly what people should do. And this is going to be hilarious, but TikTok yourself. You know that TikTok app that everybody has that they're claiming is China spies? Well, fuck it. If China's spying for the election and all that shit, TikTok yourself voting. Whoever you vote for, that's fine or whatever. If you don't want to show anybody, that's fine as well. But like you said, document yourself on TikTok doing the vote. And obviously, I think TikTok was the number one app in America at one point, and maybe it still is. But enough people do it. That's where you have all of your, information stored on TikTok.
Yeah, but here's the problem.
Well, that's what you should do. That's what you should do to get it out there. Make yourself a TikTok. It's like I think a 15-second to a 1-minute video, and if it goes viral, that's how you'll get around.
Yeah, but here's the problem. If you use TikTok, okay, because of the Chinese influence in the company, if everything looks like it's going for Trump, TikTok will withhold the information.
We don't know that.
No. We know that.
Yeah, but
they want Biden.
But can I say something? I don't think they've withheld anything as of yet.
No. My brother, listen to me.
Yeah.
Every country besides the U.S. wants Joe Biden to win. Okay?
Well,
because China, Russia, Iran, all these countries have been taking advantage of America for the last 100 years. They're all pissed off. Did you see that there's a Chinese woman?
Tucker Carlson. They took her off.
Right. Did you see Tucker Carlson?
Yeah. I saw. Listen, I try to watch everything. I try to watch MSNBC. I try to watch CNN. I try to watch Fox just to see, what the bias and what the different techniques everybody uses and see who's for and against this and that. And I did see portion of it. It was late at night, so I didn't finish the whole thing. But I did see the Asian lady. She was talking from China, and all of a sudden, The video disappeared. I was going to rewatch it in the morning, getting ready for work, listen to the rest of it, see what she has to say. Because, listen, whether you like Tucker or you hate Tucker or you like Fox or you hate Fox, just knowing more information about the truth of things, whether, the lady was fact-checked to be real or not, it's interesting because then you can kind of, like I said, form your own opinion about things. But the video was gone. And I even think Tucker mentioned it on his Facebook, saying that Facebook took down the video.
Yeah. They all did.
Yeah.
Okay? But what she was clearly saying is not only was it man-made in China, but they caused it to spread throughout the world on purpose.
Yes.
On purpose.
I have a good friend that claims, hardcore Trump supporter and all that, and they claim that China colluded with the Democrats to make a virus, spread it to the entire world, not to make it look like that it was just America that got it, to try to, take out Trump, destroy his economy. So they actually are killing people to destroy the economy is what he was alluding to. And hey, listen.
You think that China is not pissed off, okay, that Trump charged them tariffs that made them pay us billions of dollars when they were used to taking $500 billion out of our economy every year?
Oh, trust me. Listen.
You think that Russia is happy that we became totally energy independent on the Middle East and that we were the ones now able to supply other places?
Oh, that's the best thing.
Okay, Russia hates that.
Supplying,
Iran hates that.
I really thought, don't get me wrong, I really thought that Trump was going to cut a deal with North Korea because their number one thing is coal, right, to stay alive and kicking. And I honestly thought since we reopened the coal mines, we were going to cut a deal with Kim Jong over there and give him coal, which who knows, it might still happen. We still have time.
Do you want to know the only reason we don't already have a deal with North Korea? Because of China.
Yeah. I know.
Because of China. They're the ones who are putting
big influence.
You think they're not talking in his ear nonstop? Dude, I saw that guy with Trump. He was looking and he's saying, man, my country would be bad-ass if I could turn it into a resort haven.
Listen.
Because there's some beautiful country there. They're just poor as shit.
They're poor, well, because the government keeps everybody down low. But what I'm trying to say is, how are you not going to trust Dennis Rodman? Come on, Kim. Dennis Rodman, he's your boy. All right, who does he like? That's who you go for. But what was I saying? I lost my train of thought at one point. But what I was trying to say is, from the time that I think it was Clinton that signed the bill to outsource jobs in other countries, and that's when everybody flew the coop because they realized that, hey, they could pay somebody in another country cheaper labor than they would an American, right, to make products at dirt cheap and then bring it back to the USA and sell it for top dollar. And I think from the 90s era up until I think 2016 or a little after, whatever Trump did after that, I really felt like America became a warehouse of goods for other countries. Because number one, we were the number one spending in goods, right? We have Amazon. We have the Walmart app now. We have all the different malls and stores where everything was depleting made in America. Everywhere, made in Taiwan, made in China, made in Taiwan, made in China, made here, made there, made in India, made in Pakistan. That's all I saw. Everything. You know what I mean? All Asian countries were making shit for the USA, and we became a warehouse. And the skills of people that we had here totally depleted.
Well, what was one of the biggest things we found out during this pandemic? Okay? Our fucking pharmaceuticals and the things we needed, like ventilators and shit, weren't being made here anymore.
Yeah, I know. That's why we didn't have any. And now, wait. Not only that, the fucking Cuomo was storing them in housing over there somewhere in storage facilities.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Just like the people when they had the in Puerto Rico, they had the goddamn hurricane.
Oh, yeah, the water and everything.
Yeah, right. And
the shit.
Exactly. You know. But I don't know, man. Listen, it's all who you vote in. So if you're voting somebody in just because you hate another person, but that person you're voting in is gonna fuck you harder in the end. You can't be that fucking stupid.
My advice to those people is, if that's your only motivation, don't vote.
Yeah, exactly. Stay the fuck home. Stay the fuck home.
Because if you're going to vote for a person, even though you know they're going to be bad for you, just take a straight razor and cut your throat. You're better off doing it. It's faster and less painless for less time. Okay? If you hate Trump, don't vote for him. Don't. But don't vote for the people that tell you to your face they're going to fuck you over. And they're doing it. They're telling you.
I know. And the people are out there voting, man. And like I said, I'm in the middle of both, and I'm just going to go for the person that's better for me and my family to survive, okay? To have money in my pocket and money to survive and money to be able to save for a future, all right? I'm not trying to work like a slave for the rest of my life for the government to just keep fucking me, and then I'm going to die with nothing.
I mean, not for nothing. If you notice, like, all the Democratic arguments against Trump, they attack him for, like basically saying, like, you're a bad person and you didn't do a good job and we could do better. But if you look at the numbers and the facts...
You had 47 years.
Yeah, not only that, under Trump's term, first term, blacks, Hispanics, Asian Indians, women... Kids,
unemployment was beautiful.
Kids with high school, without high school, with college, without college. The numbers for everybody, salaries, employment went up, unemployment went down for every group. Now listen to me, okay? How could people not see the truth of it? You want to know what the problem is? The biggest problem is the media, okay? Yeah. Because, let's face it, even in Congress, okay? The majority of Democrats even don't believe all the same horseshit as AOC and the rest of them. Okay?
No.
But they stick to the party line, whatever that is, which is bad, number one.
But wasn't there an internal argument between the younger crew and the older crew?
Well, they're having a fight right now.
Yeah.
They're having a fight right now because Democrats who just recently came in 2018, okay, they want to get reelected. And they know that Nancy Pelosi holding them up from giving help to the American people is going to hurt them when they go to get reelected.
Yeah.
And Nancy don't care.
No. The only thing they care about is how much money is in their pockets, how much money is in their bank accounts, and how their family's living. All right? Even with the whole thing with the wall, build the wall. They're all living behind fucking walls.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like what's going on with all these fires. Let's say their house burns in wherever they are. They're just going to go to their other house. How many houses does Bernie Sanders have?
Exactly, like 4.
Like, I can't stand, all right, if you're a Bernie fan, okay? The man complains about the 1%, right?
Mm-hmm.
He is the 1 fucking percent. So what is he complaining about himself and he just doesn't realize it? Does he have fucking dementia? Like, how can you not see that the man is a millionaire and has been in the government for so long and hasn't done shit?
First of all, he hasn't done an honest day's work in his entire life.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But listen, even if you look at Biden, what has he really done? I know last time he said he knows how to fix America. All right, well, you and Obama were 8 years. How come you didn't tell Obama how to fix America then if you know how to fix it now?
No, they're full of shit.
Like, if you must be fucking sleeping if you're not reading that one between the lines. You know what I mean?
Listen, dude, I watched all the numbers carefully. Okay, I did it in 2016. I predicted Trump was going to win. Okay, because I watched certain things very carefully. Okay, even though a lot of people were telling me I'm nuts, it's not going to happen. But I'm telling you, the majority of this country wants the Republicans to take control and put a stop to all this nonsense going on. They want the rioting, the looting, the fires, the murders. They want it to stop. They just want to get back to work, have good jobs, take care of their families, have a better life, okay? Have good education. But guess what? These fucking Democrats are planning on stealing this election one way or the other, okay? And unfortunately, we don't have enough time. I know Trump has got some shit in the works with some of the courts. I don't know if he's going to get any good decisions before the election takes place. But I'm firmly convinced that the only thing to do is what we talked about. Whatever method you're going to use to vote, record it and be able to prove it so that quickly, because you got to remember something. Nancy Pelosi's got a plan. If they can create enough argument about the election and keep it undecided as to who won for long enough, she takes over as fucking president.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know that?
Yeah. I know. And that's, you know, I wouldn't want that lady, man, watching my dog.
Exactly. Okay. So what I'm trying to figure out is, like, obviously social media would be the best way, but I haven't used my Twitter account in years because I fed up with them. But how I can get the word out exponentially to people without Facebook like shutting me down.
Just make a video.
Once they get wind of what I'm doing, they're going to stop it.
Listen, just make a video and keep posting it everywhere and let people share it. And that's how it becomes viral. That's it. If you have a good idea and enough people like it, enough people share it, then you will grow tremendously in viral videos. You know what else I read the other day? That they're trying to, I guess, instate an algorithm on Facebook so that videos do not become viral.
Right.
So now they're gonna
control it all.
That's what I'm trying to say, man. They're trying to control it all, and it's crazy. You know what videos are gonna become viral? The videos where idiots crash cars and do stupid things. But people that actually are giving you correct, factual, good information about life is not gonna go viral.
Jay, why do you think Facebook, Google, and what's his name, asshole, Twitter? Why they're all going ballistic now, cutting down on everybody saying anything? They are desperate like the Democrats, okay? The social media tech giants, they know if the Republicans get control of everything, their fucking control over our lives and what we can say and can't say and who we can talk to or watch is coming to an end. They know it.
Yeah.
They need the Democrats there because the Democrats are the ones that if you give them enough money, they'll let you fuck the people over until the dates.
But wait, didn't Zuckerberg have not an argument, but I think Pelosi or somebody said in the Democrats that they wanted to do something with Facebook and he didn't like that. I forgot what it was exactly.
Probably.
They wanted to do something with Facebook where they had more control over it. And he was like, whoa. You know what I mean? I gotta look it up, man. That'll be for the next show. Next time I'll look up the information, see what it's about. But it was something
if I ever had the opportunity somewhere, like if I just happened to randomly be walking down the street and Zuckerberg was there, I would kick the shit out of him.
You heard it here.
Because I just couldn't help myself.
Zuckerberg's getting his ass kicked by Paul.
Okay. I just couldn't help myself because you know what? That little twerpy motherfucker thinks he can control what everybody thinks, sees, hears, and says.
Let's play that. Yeah, no, I know, man. You know what it is? It's that instead of just letting his app go with it, I would rather, instead of anybody being shut down on any social media, okay? Obviously, you don't want child porn. You don't want like sex trafficking. You don't want that kind of stuff happening, okay?
But you're talking about crimes.
I know, crime. You don't want crime to happen. But
right.
I feel that I wish there was, and listen, I would love to do it. I would even invest in it if anybody's out there listening, in a social media platform that allows you both sides of the spectrum, okay? Both sides. And then you can have an option. If you don't like this side, you can turn it off. If you don't like that side, you can turn it off, and vice versa. Turn it on. So that way you can see both sides of the opinion, or you cannot. It's all up to you, but it's your decision. It's not the app or the creator's decision. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the problem is this. This is how it all started. That's how Facebook used to be.
Yeah, well, Facebook pretty much was probably made to get laid, like hook up with college kids and students and all that.
Yeah, because you were a nerd like Zuckerberg and couldn't get laid.
and then it grew big enough to where now friends, now family, now everybody's on there. Probably a lot of people's lives got ruined with boyfriend girlfriend marriages and all that. But it turned into the point now where, to tell you the truth, the only reason I'm really on Facebook is here and there just to talk to a lot of my friends. Sometimes I'll troll people here and there, mostly for my Dr. Venture stuff. But if I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't really be too much on Facebook, man. Because what is Facebook really? You see nonstop memes, nonstop political stuff, and then just ads. Ad after ad after ad about bullshit I don't even need.
Well, now you see what they're getting into. Like, you play a video of anything, and it's interrupted with 4 commercials.
Oh, I know. Listen, and I know my Dr. Venture, it has videos, and a lot of times I don't even put videos in there. It automatically puts videos in there because if they see my video is going to do good, it's like, boom, let's put like, if I do a 20-minute video, they'll put like 4 or 5 commercials. If I do like a 10-minute video, which I try to keep it 10 and below, okay? Now 10, it allows me to put videos in there. So if I do something $9.99 and below, it won't have videos in the video. It'll be before and after. Now I think YouTube is changing that because they want more advertising, because advertising gets them paid. They pay us like paupers and they get tons of money. And the same thing with Facebook. All right, I'll tell you an example. The other day, I was in my yard, or my front yard, and I was doing something with the grass. And dude, I didn't even go on Facebook. I didn't take no pictures. I didn't even have my phone on me. And then all of a sudden, I log into Facebook, and it's showing me shit for my grass, like advertisements for my grass on what to do. I think I was seeding it, and they were showing me some type of bedding you put down that turns into grass, where it takes like 24 to 48 hours and grass starts growing. And I'm like, holy shit! I didn't look anything up for grass. I didn't watch any videos for grass. I didn't Google anything for grass. And I'm looking up at the sky, and I'm like, Google Earth? Is that who's watching me? Like, how the fuck did it know to show me some grass type shit or yard type shit? How's that possible? You know what I mean? And I have other friends too that say the same thing, man. They think about things, and it's like, boom, all of a sudden they get a feed.
That's weird.
Right? It's so weird, man.
Yeah, it's like almost no rhyme or reason, but like it definitely is related to what you're doing or have been looking at somewhere. And blam, next thing you know, you're getting inundated.
Well, that's why they say the newest or the new gold of the era is data. Your data is priceless. Because once they have everything on you, man, you know what I mean? That's it. That's all they need. And then they got you. They can feed and brainwash you into buying things, into doing this, into doing that, and then you're done.
Unless you go dark.
Sometimes I like to, man. Like I tell you all the time, and I know I told one of my fans, my number 1 fans over there, that I would love to sell everything, buy a self-sustaining, self-sufficient yacht. I can run it. I don't need a crew. Have my family on there and just leave, and then I can go everywhere. Just pay for a slip. Slips are not that expensive, depending on how big your boat is. I don't think you have to pay taxes on anything once you buy the boat and pay it off, right? All that's done. And you can travel the 7 seas, man. I'd even name the boat Sinbad. Right? Like those old movies back in the day, Sinbad of the 7 seas. And just, homeschool my kids or virtual learning on the boat. I'll do my videos on there, man. Have a big enough boat. Maybe I can put a motorcycle, some jet skis, a dinghy, and maybe a car, depending on how much money I get for selling things. But and that's the way to go, man. And let's just say shit does hit the fan, government-wise. You can just take the fuck off. Come back for supplies when you need it, and that's it. Hopefully there's not zombies walking around at that point. But I don't know, man. I don't know how the country's going to go. I honestly don't know how the country's going to go. On one hand, it's scary. On the other hand, it's like, the unknowing. I mean, you notice, even in New Jersey, what do we have an influx of? Have you seen? New Yorkers. New Yorkers are flocking to New Jersey. I could probably put my house on the market for double, if not triple, on what I bought it for, and they will buy it without even looking at the house.
That's why the real estate right now in Jersey is crazy.
Oh,
you're talking about like bidding wars over list price.
Oh yeah. Listen, my one buddy, you remember my buddy Ebe, right? He tried buying a house. He had to argue with 22 other people. And you know what he said? All from New York. And you know why the New Yorkers got money? Because you live in Brooklyn, you live in Manhattan. You can sell your house for a couple mil. and then you have enough money to argue and fight for a house down here. And once you get the house down here, you're out of New York. But don't come to New Jersey and vote the same way you voted in New York, just like Californians don't move to Texas or Arizona and vote the same way and then fuck up that state.
That's the problem, dude. Look at that Ilhan Omar. Okay, prime example. She came here as a refugee from a shithole. Okay, she makes it into the United States Congress. Lord only knows how the fuck that happened. That shouldn't have been.
Her district, isn't it all fucked up on fire?
Yeah, but on top of that, now she wants to turn America into the shithole she came from. She should have just stayed there. Period. End story.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Like you said, New York, California, and dude, I mean, it should be criminal. Criminal.
But New Jerseyans are moving out.
The state of California.
But wait. But New Jerseyans are moving out. Like the people that can't stand the high taxes, the property fucking taxes and all that shit that are tremendously growing. I think next year they're going up another G for my house. My house should not be close to like $16,000 in taxes. Okay. Number one, that should not. The right there should tell you that, like, holy shit, I got to start tricking corners to survive lately.
The people who got money and were doing pretty good in Jersey are fed up with Jersey and want to get the hell out. So they're moving further south.
Because you can't keep your money.
New York City, okay, don't forget, in some regards, people from the city, this is like
paradise.
Like moving to the country with a tax reduction for them.
I know. Suburbs over here.
Okay, exactly.
I know. I'm telling you right now, man, like I was looking for different places. I would love to get a place with bigger property, 7 to say 10 acres, and not have to worry about nobody around me, But then
chances are you ain't doing that around here.
Well, not around here. I'd have to go down more like Millstone area, that type of stuff. But
you got to go pretty far south to get that kind of
exactly. But then I got to drive to work, and that's a hassle. And then summertime traffic and all that bullshit, man. But I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore, man. I don't know what to do. If I didn't have a good job here in Jersey, I probably would have been out a long time ago.
And you want to know what the sad thing is? Here's the sad truth of it. And you mark my words, I'll bet any amount of money you want, okay? If Trump wins, the Republicans keep control of the Senate and take control of the House, I guarantee you, in 3 months, tops, all this bullshit that's going on will be over with. Everywhere.
Yeah. He's going to go out with the big guns. Like, go the fuck home. Go the fuck home. Listen.
Okay. Do you know how fast? Within half of that 3 months, Iran will want to make a deal with us.
Probably. I mean, here's what irks me, man. A lot of the people that are protesting, they're not even from that area.
Of course not. Do you know who they are? They're rich white kids, most of them.
I know. Rich white kids didn't leave their neighborhoods, have no clue about life, hand-fed, spoon-fed, and all that shit.
Don't get me. They've been brainwashed. They've been brainwashed.
Listen, like I've said before, I was fortunate enough when I was younger for my parents to be able to take me to European countries, okay? I'm Greek. I went to Greece. And listen, mid-shower, they shut off the water. Then you got to go outside, turn on the save water tank that's cold as fucking the Arctic, okay?
To finish it.
Yeah, to finish washing the rest of your head, okay? All right? Freezing water. And then you're walking home at night. They shut off the electricity, especially in the summertime as I was there. Okay, they shut off the electricity to save power because everybody's using air conditioning without warning. And you know what? The people deal with it. Nobody's out there complaining and picketing and whatnot. God forbid we had a sunspot here, in 2004 or something like that, where half the tri-state area lost cell phone reception. People went fucking bonkers.
Yeah, they're going crazy. They thought we were being invaded by aliens.
That's all anybody got to do, man. Take out cell phone towers, and this country will go downhill in a matter of an hour. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's insane. Like, I don't understand how people in that area aren't out there beating the shit out of people that aren't supposed to be there.
Well, some of them do, believe it or not. Some of them do. I don't know if you've seen the video. See, that's the other thing. We're not seeing the whole story.
I know, we're not seeing the whole picture. We're not seeing the whole picture. We're only seeing what they want us to see.
That's it, exactly.
That's like somebody coming to my job real quick, right? let's just say they shut down the street where my job is and somebody came inside and they're extorting me for money like they did in Portland, I'd be like, oh, you want to get paid? Come on, I'll give you the money. It's right in the back over here. I take him in the back and beat the fucking shit out of him, man. You know what I mean? I throw him out, be like, who's next? Who else wants a fucking dollar from my pocket? You know what I mean? Fuck out of here. But hey, listen, man, that's what we're gonna have to deal with. Let's cross our fingers. Hope the better person wins for the masses, and that's all we can do, man.
Just do me a favor.
Yeah.
Okay? Because we could break down so many parts of all of these issues and spend a lot of time.
We're going to have to go episode 5 next, man, and just break down the craziness.
I can't do it tonight, but do me a favor.
Yeah.
If any of your viewers, okay, can come up with a way for me to get the word out to, I'm talking about everybody in the country that I can get the word out to without like Facebook or something shutting me down. Please let me know if anybody can reach out and knows how to do it, because I'm just thinking, if I start on a small scale, it'll take too long for it to expand. Well,
like I said, it would have to go viral. You would have to have a lot of sharing and techniques. What I would do is like sometimes go on Fox News, go on CNN, and just post your video. You know what I mean? Just post the link to the video and people watch it and just make like a cool thing. Like, hey, here's a plan on what to do for elections. Boom. Link, video. And if enough people watch it, enough people share it, then, maybe you'll be on the news talking to people.
Maybe. Interesting side note.
Yeah.
Just so you know, someday look up who the majority of Fox news watchers are. It's not strictly conservatives and Republicans.
Oh,
it's actually independents and a lot of moderate Democrats.
Well, you know what's funny,
because
man?
Because they want the truth. They're tired of the bullshit.
I know. But you know what's funny? Doesn't liberal companies own Fox now, like Disney?
Yeah, they just bought it.
They just bought it. So hopefully they stay the same. They don't change, and then we'll see what happens in the future.
Well, one of the Murdoch brothers just resigned. He was the super liberal one that was fucking a lot of things up. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, let's hope Disney movies and TV shows get a lot better now. Man.
But dude, right now it's the only one left that tries to give you both sides.
I know.
Don't get me wrong. I always want to hear both sides, but I can't stomach like watching CNN.
Well, listen, the reason I like Fox a lot of times and I watch it sometimes is because whether they like you or not, they will call you out on your bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's one of the main things. They're not going to say it, but they will definitely they'll call out Trump on bullshit. They'll be like, oh, there's fucking bullshit like this. You know what I mean? But the other ones, they'll only call them out on certain things and not things that actually make sense.
They'll never say anything good. They'll never say anything good.
I know. Well, before we get off, I saw a meme the other day, and they said for the last however many years those Democrats were in power, or from 2016 till now, it was all bad against Trump, but they never actually came up with anything good to try to fight for it. You get what I'm saying? Like right. They never came up with a plan that is better than anything. All the plans they came up with is to take your money and put it in their pockets.
Human nature, it's normally not enough in presidential elections to vote against somebody. You got to be willing to vote for something.
Yeah.
Okay, and the Democrats haven't come up with anything that people want to vote for.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said,
that's why I'm telling you they intend to steal it.
Well, listen, I don't know how you can like Biden. I'm sorry. He might, whether he's a good man or not a good man. The whole sniffing children thing got me first. Then his I guess dementia. And before we leave, I think what's going to happen is, let's just say Biden does win. He might be in for 4 to 6 months. They're going to claim that he's got some type of issue, and then Harris is going to take over.
He's not going to win.
I don't think he is. We can only hope.
Not going to win. Dude, I don't know if you paid attention.
Possibilities that have happened before, man. So
they can't even hide it, okay?
Yeah.
Harris and Biden, they go to places. There's no supporters for them. Trump supporters go there.
Yeah.
To where they're at, to show them that they're supporting Trump.
Yeah, they don't show that. They don't show that on
okay.
News. You have to find.
I just saw videos of where like CNN will put Joe Biden waving to like he's waving to a crowd when he gets off the plane.
Yeah.
Okay. But then online you could see the side views of like him waving, there's nobody there.
Nobody there. Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay, they're like putting on a show, like he's the big crowd. There's no one there.
I don't know, man. I guess that's where all their campaign money's going to, lighting fires in California.
Oh, by the way, they're blaming Trump for the fires in California, but it's Democrats.
I know. Well,
You realize, all right.
they caught a lot of people that were setting them up anyway, setting the fires.
Yeah.
So, listen, we'll get into that the next show, man. You know.
Okay.
All right, I'll let you go tonight. Thanks for coming on as always. We'll do episode 5 next time.
Five will be coming up.
5 will be coming up, man. Like I said, we're going to be moving out with the show, doing some fun stuff. We might even be in person again, but it's a lot easier doing it like this over the phone line or the social media phone line. Paul, thanks a lot, man, for coming out one more time. And
It's good to be with you.
yeah, we'll see everybody again. All right, have a great night.
All right, you too.
All right, everybody.